Stars enabled. Guys, Bitcoin with Dinny. It's Dinny here. It's good to see you today. I want to talk to you about building some muscle and getting rich. Because if you can do one, you can do the other. And what I've found is that it's the same principles. It's the exact same principles, the proof of work principles, and all the other sort of fundamentals that if you use them, you'll have success in both. And we need both, okay? Because you need your health. Your health's your wealth. And if you don't have any wealth, well, a lot of times then you can't take care of your health. So that's what I'm going to chat to you about on this little drive. I'm just heading up to the Bitcoin with Dinny office. Let me just get out of here. And if that sounds good, hit the like button and we'll get stuck in. Fucking seatbelt. You can't even give it a bit of power and the seatbelt just like grabs you. So that's what we're going to chat about today. So the first thing is, what you need is, you need a plan. If you want to build some muscles, you need a plan. Most people don't have a plan. Just like, I'm going to start the gym. So it's just like an airy-fairy idea. It's the same with, trying to get rich. It's like, I'm sick of being poor. I'm sick of having no money. I'm sick of working this job. I'll just wish for something different. But people don't make a plan. So step one, this is what, on my Retire Early Club, email 11 on the lessons, lesson 11, is financial planning. And I have built a financial plan that I send out to my clients and I make them fill it in and I make it go through. And sometimes it's painstaking because people don't want to see the reality of their financial position if they've loads of debt. But once you're finished it, it's actually really liberating and freeing because now you can see a path of how you solve it and how you actually get anywhere. So most people never make a plan, okay? And that's the first place they go wrong. So same with fitness, no plan. It's just like, I wouldn't mind having a six-pack. You got to break it down. You got to break it down to figure out, what does that mean I have to do every day to get my six-pack? Not just, I want a six-pack. You got to work backwards. You start at the goal, then you work backwards. Same if you want to retire early. You start at the goal. How much money do you need to retire early? You got to calculate that. How much money do you need a week? Okay? You got to get your lump. You got to understand what that is. And once you understand what that is, now you can work backwards to how you can actually create that. The second thing, okay, which is even more important than the planning, is taking action. Most people aren't very good at taking action. We procrastinate. We wait for the right time, the right moment. I can't now, I'm too busy. I'll do it next week, next month. We come up with all the excuses. And lads, I'm great at that. And you know what? The better I was at procrastinating, the less wealthy I was and the less healthy I was. And it was only when I started realizing that procrastination is death and it absolutely murders your success. And you're better off. The motto, okay, my motto became progress, not perfection. And what that means, guys, is just fucking do something rather than talking about it. Because you can get, people say like, I need to wait till the motivation comes. I'm not motivated yet. No such thing as motivation, okay? Motivation comes from momentum, from doing, from not getting it perfect, but just doing shit. And that actually builds your motivation, builds your momentum. And this is how you start doing stuff. So you need action. And it's got to be relentless action. I was chatting to a lad there and he messaged me about my YouTube channel. And, because the channel earns like 100 quid a week now. It's fucking not big bucks, guys, but it's just another few bob coming in. And he says, I tried YouTube and it didn't work for me. And I says, oh yeah, right. And how many 100 videos or 1,000 videos did you do? 3 videos. And because the channel never took off, he gave up. I'm like, that's not how it works. You've got to expect to fail over and over and over and over again. And that's how you get better at stuff. So you got to just keep taking the action, whether you're getting the result or not. And that's like saying, I'm going to the gym, nothing's happening. Because things don't really happen. You don't see muscles overnight, okay? It can take years. For me personally, like my natural weight is 60 kilos. When I done Ironman racing, that was what I weighed, 60 kilos. Now I weigh around 75 kilos. Because I've managed to put on a lot of muscle, but naturally I'm not a muscle building person. I would not be a good bodybuilder because my body's just not really designed for putting on muscle. So I had to work really, really hard to put on some muscle. And some people have a different body type, and they can only look at a weight, do a few reps, and they already carry loads of muscle. So all bodies are differently. So you got to take action. The next thing that is really important. Okay, hit the like button if you like my little driving videos. Just having a little bit of waffle here. The next thing, though, that is super important is your education. Okay? Because you can make a plan and you can take all the action in the world, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be difficult. Okay? So the difference between having an education and not having an education is, let's say I want to go to the Canary Islands. Alright, I can go there in a rowing boat, and that's me with no education, just trying to teach myself. Or I can hop on an airplane and get there way faster, and that's what education does. It fast tracks your success, because you don't have to waste all your time and waste all your money and make all the mistakes. You just pay someone who's already done that, and it fast tracks your success. And what most people don't realize in this world, okay, is that time is the asset. Time is the asset. Money is not the asset, because you can always earn more money, but you can't earn more time. Once you've spent your time, it's done, it's gone, it's finite, and you can't get it back. So time is the asset, okay? And if you can leverage your time or save your time, okay, you should always do that, because you will have more success this way. And I'll give you an example in the gym, okay? Because my background is fitness. You guys know I broke my back. And a lot of people try to build muscle. I see lads in the gym all the time. They're training. And they're doing, I call them magazine exercises, because they're things that trend on reels, you know, of just get your attention. And they're just nonsense exercises. They're bullshit exercises. You know, and it's like, oh, I want to build up my arms. Dinny, geez, you've got some guns there. You must do a load of curls. Lads, I never do a curl. The only time you'll ever catch me doing a curl is if I'm doing a PT session up in the gym and the trainer asks me to do a curl, because they're useless exercise for building your arms. Oh, but they hurt my arms so much. It's like the pain isn't an indicator. Just because you're in pain, that doesn't mean it's doing work. Like, a punch in the face hurts as well. It's not doing you any good, lads. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So by getting educated, either educating yourself or getting a good trainer, not a rep counter like so many PTs, because it's a hard industry, you know, they just get pissed off counting reps and they don't really add value. And, you know, it's just shitty ass programs where they're getting the clients to do all these stupid magazine exercises, because even the bloody PTs don't understand physiology and myology, which is, you know, the irony. I understand it to a really high level because I've devoted 2 decades of my life studying it and practicing it and flying all over the world, so I can talk with confidence about it. Okay? If you want to build up your arms, I'll give you a quick tip. Do compound exercises, because the hormonal response that you need, it's building strength that will build your muscles. But most people just tax the muscles, okay? And they do like isolation exercises, but they don't have the hormones to build any muscle. You'll get the hormones to build muscle by doing lat pull down, okay? Which is a multi-joint exercise. It's a compound lift, it's called. And even better than that is when you can do pull-ups. And even better than that is when you can hang weights off you and do pull-ups. That's how, you know, I build muscle on my arms without really training that much, because I do a lot of things, guys. You know, I surf, I swim, I motocross, I ride the pit bike. You know, so generally I might train in the gym. If I get 3 sessions a week in the gym, I'm doing well. And 2 of them will be on the leg. So I train my upper body maybe once a week. And I can maintain a decent level of muscle mass by just being smart with my training, rather than just thinking I know it all, and just going for, oh, well, it hurts, so it must be working. And that's the cruel irony, that just because something's difficult, just because you're doing the work, if you don't have the right education, you won't get the result. It's the exact same when it comes to finance. Okay, you might be thinking you're doing everything right. You might be following all the online gurus who are giving out the free information. But lads, there's such a cost when you consume free information. Because I've done it, I've consumed free and I've consumed paid. And all my success has been from hiring coaches and paying them bloody good money. Okay, but the value that I get from that is 100x what I get from the free content. So I hope you understand that. The other 2 things that I like to try and communicate are community, rather than trying to do something on your own. If you're trying to learn how to invest and you don't know what the hell investing is, you don't know what risk management is, you don't know what portfolio is, you barely know what an asset is, you know, you can try and learn on your own. It's going to be difficult. But if you get yourself into a community of people who are on that journey, you're going to leverage. And leverage just means, leverage is the law of the lever, okay? A small effort moved a large distance, moves a large load a small distance, okay? Now, when you can understand leverage, you can do anything. Whether it's in business or in physics, but leverage is key, okay? So leveraging the community just works, rather than just you with your one brain. If you're in a community of 20 people, or like our Retire Early Club, we've got 150 odd people on the course. If you are in that community, you are leveraging now 149 brains plus your brain, because they're all out there. They're finding opportunities. They're asking questions that you didn't think of. They're finding problems that you didn't know existed. They're finding opportunities that you never heard of. And we're all sharing it. And this is why community is so powerful. Okay, humans work better in communities. As part of a community, we can get much more done than we'll ever get done on our own. Okay, so community. And the last little tip is accountability. And again, community and fitness. You can go to the gym on your own, you'll probably give up. If you join a community, you have a bit of banter, you have a bit of crack, you know, you like doing it, you'll be consistent. And the results in fitness all come from consistency. Even if you're doing the wrong thing at the wrong time all the time, if you're consistent, you'll get some sort of results. Obviously, if you do the right thing and you tweak your training and you'll get much more bang for your buck, but the consistency is really all that matters. Same with generating wealth. If you're just consistent and relentless, you'll learn the lesson slowly over time and you'll have your success. And the last point, guys, hit the like button if you like this. Try and push it out there to more people. It's not really Bitcoin related, but it's more important because a lot of the people on the crypto channel, and they message me and they're just like, Dinny, I'm going to buy $5,000 of Bitcoin. Is that, should I do that? And I'm just like, they're not going to make it. They're just not going to make it. Like, I've had friends who've been into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was hundreds. Okay? You could buy a Bitcoin for 300 quid. Alright? And none of them are rich. And you're like, well, how? Same reason that the people who message me are just like, Dinny, I'm going to buy $5,000 of Bitcoin today. Is that a good idea? They just haven't done the work. They haven't put the education in. They don't know what they're at. They'll buy it at the wrong time. They'll sell it at the wrong time. They'll probably lose it. You see, there's proof of work. You've got to do, it's a little bit harder than just, I'll just buy some Bitcoin. It's just like, well, just buy a lotto ticket as well there, because you can get lucky on that too. Okay? But the last key point, guys, and I hope you're getting value out of this, it's accountability. Okay? Being accountable to other people. So have an accountability partner, and that's like what we get in the Retire Early Club, or all my consulting clients. They're accountable to me. I keep them accountable. Okay? Because that stops you procrastinating, and procrastination is the death of your success. And the way you don't procrastinate, and the way I got over my procrastination, was to hire people to keep me accountable. I used to pay someone 1,000 quid a month when my accountability was really bad, just to basically go, okay, Dinny, you said you're going to do all these tasks, and every month we check in, did you do them all? And literally the pain that I have to pay that money was the reason why I've done the bloody tasks. Now I've fortunately learned that I can have accountability myself, but it took me years to build that accountability and discipline to be able to achieve that level of accountability. I don't have to spend 1,000 quid, but lads, it was bloody money well spent at the time, because had I not have had the accountability, had I not have done the tasks, I would not have built the businesses, I would not have had the success that I've been fortunate enough to enjoy. So they're my little tips on how fitness, the principles of fitness relate to the principles of building wealth, of retiring early. They both tie in perfectly, and this is why I say to people, if you're healthy, okay, if you're in good shape, okay, you've got a good body, and like, if you're a man or a woman and you're over 30 and you're in good shape, that's proof of work. When I see someone like that, I know, Jesus, fair play, that person is doing the bloody work, because it's not by accident. No one else can lift the weights for you. Okay, no, we all have 24 hours and we can all make excuses. Okay, we all have the same excuses. But when I see someone who's going around and they're healthy and they're fit, I go, well, they're not making excuses. They're actually putting the work in, and fair play to them. Okay? So if you're that person, you can build your wealth because you already have all the skills. Okay? And if you're a wealthy person, but you can't see your willy for your belly, okay? Or maybe that's not fair to say. Okay? But you get me. You know what I mean, okay? When I say, can you pinch an inch or grab a handful, when you start grabbing your belly, you're like, Dinny, I'm getting handfuls. Okay? But you're a wealthy person. Well, you have the skills to be a healthy person. You just need to apply them, okay, to health. You need to use all the things that you used to generate your wealth, because you'll find they're quite similar. If you watch this video, I named them all. Okay? And you just need to apply them to your health, and you'll have your health. Because, lads, you can't have one without the other. Your health is your wealth, and hopefully you guys are realising that. Guys, have a super day. Thanks for hitting the like button. Any questions, stick them in the comments, and I'll be checking them later. Good to see us all today. Dinny out. Dinny out again.